Hi everyone, this is Abhilash Gopinathan, faculty from Asperger's Academy and a member of Dharmapeetam. In the previous session actually we had discussed the different aspects regarding what law is and what are the basic career options that we have in law. Towards the end of last session we had discussed some major entrance examinations that we need to clear so as to do LLB, and I had specifically emphasized one particular thing in that was CLAT, and in this session we are going to deal CLAT in detail. I have told you recently the consortium had released a notification regarding CLAT 22, and this session actually we are going to deal the CLAT notification, what are the details in that, what are the subjects that are involved in that, why those subjects are included, and all other such details. So as I said, CLAT means Common Law Admission Test. This is a common entrance examination for law. This is organized by a consortium of 22 national law universities spread across the nation, the country. These 22 national law universities in India, and in addition to that there are another around 61 affiliated private law colleges are also accepting this particular result for admissions, and we can gain admissions into undergraduate programs or graduate postgraduate programs in law based on what we score in this CLAT. Okay, so CLAT, which means a Common Law Admission Test, is a common entrance examination which is organized nationwide for getting an admission into undergraduate or postgraduate level education in a law. Let's have a look at this details. So let's have a look at the notification that was issued recently. So this is a notification, Common Law Admission Test CLAT 2022, Consortium of National Law Universities, National Law School of India University, Nagarbavi, Bangalore. So now this particular university is organizing the test. The contact number is given, email ID is given, and the consortium website also is given. So online applications are invited for admissions. Admissions are open. The date is given. Online application closes in 31st March. Test is offline, and that will be conducted on 8th May 2022 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. Undergraduate programs, the 5-year integrated law degree, educational qualifications. The candidates have passed the +2 or an equivalent examination with a minimum of 45% marks or its equivalent grades, or 40% of marks or equivalent in cases of candidates belonging to SC/ST categories. Candidates appearing for the qualifying examination in March-April 2022 are also eligible to apply. So the minimum qualification required is +2, intermediate, or any equivalent test in that. So for general category, your qualification is if you have scored 45% in your +2 or intermediate exam, you are eligible to apply. For SC/ST candidates, it's 40%. And even if you are a second-year student who is about to take the test in a few months, you are still eligible to apply for the test. For postgraduate programs, the 1-year LL.M degree programs, educational qualification is an LLB. An LLB degree or equivalent examination with a minimum of 50% of marks or equivalent grades, that's a general category. 45% of marks or its equivalent grades in case of candidates belonging to SC and ST categories. Candidates appearing for the qualifying examination in April-May 2022 are also eligible to apply. So as far as the eligibility criteria is concerned, the educational eligibility criteria is concerned, if you are going to appear for the test or the examination in a few months, you are still eligible to apply. So application is processed online, and the fee is 4,000 for general category candidates and 3,500 for SC/ST or BPL candidates. So for further details, please visit the website. Okay, so this is the notification that was issued regarding the CLAT exams on 2022. Now, let us check what are the major features of this particular notification. So, CLAT, a synopsis. So, what are the major features? The name of the exam is Common Law Admission Test. We usually call it CLAT. It's conducted by a consortium of national law universities. There are 22 national law universities who had organized this consortium, and they are organizing it. Exam level, it's a national exam. It's a nationwide exam. It's not a regional kind of a thing. Frequency, twice a year. So until last year, actually CLAT had organized only once a year in the month of May. And from this year onwards, it was decided that CLAT will be organized twice a year, once in May and the second in the month of December. Okay. So the frequency of exam is twice a year. Mode of application, online. You need to apply it online. Exam mode, offline. It's a pen and paper based examination. You need to go to the exam center specified and take the test. What are the courses which are being offered? It's, as it is mentioned in the notification, a 5-year integrated LLB program or 1-year LL.M program. So the 5-year integrated programs have a BA, BCom, BSc, BBA or BSW with LL.M, LLB or LL.M program. So CLAT undergraduate seats, approximately 2,800 seats are available, and this test is usually organized for filling up these seats. And as far as the CLAT PG seats are concerned, it's around 1,072 seats approximately. The test will be conducted in the language of examination. The duration of the test will be for 2 hours. It was mentioned in the notification from 3 to 5 p.m. Exam fees for general category candidates is 4,000 rupees, which need to be paid online. And for the SC/ST categories, it's 3,500. Mode of counseling is online again. Participating institutions, there are 104 colleges and universities who accept CLAT to fill the seats available in the courses of law. 22 law universities, national law universities who have formed this consortium. 61 private affiliated colleges are there, and there are some more law colleges which accept CLAT results to fill their seats in law. So the official website is www.CLAT Consortium or FNLU, Consortium of National Law Universities, NLU.az.in. The email is given and the phone number is also given, but you can contact on this number from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, so these are the details that we have or that we need to notice as far as the CLAT notification is concerned. The important dates in CLAT. So whenever there is a notification regarding this tests and all, we need to be very careful regarding some of the dates in that. So let us have a look at the important dates. So CLAT notification was released on 1st January 2022, and it has started accepting the applications online from the same date, from Jan 1, 2022. The last day to apply online is on March 31st, 2022. Obviously, the last day to make the payment of the fees also is the same date, March 31st. Means up until March 31st, we can make the fees payment also. The admit cards for the exams will be issued in the month of April. CLAT exam date is 8th May 2022. The answer keys will be released in the month of June, and the results will be released in the month of August. Right? So still we have some time to make the applications and to make the fee payments. So earlier the better could be a right option is what we suggest. Right? So who accept CLAT. See, CLAT is accepted by all the 22 national law universities. It's accepted by all the 22 national law universities who had formed this particular consortium. There are 61 other private affiliated colleges that accept CLAT exam scores. There are still some organizations are there, still some universities and colleges are there. And in addition to that, some public organizations such as ONGC or BHEL, very famous organizations, use CLAT PG scores for their recruitment also. So CLAT scorecard is not valid not just to get an admission into the UG or PG levels of studies, but the CLAT scorecard is also important to secure a job also in some organizations. Okay, so these opportunities and all these kinds of things we had discussed in the previous session. Those who haven't watched it, you can please go back to that, you can watch it again. Now, so I had been saying this particular thing called the consortium of 22 national law universities, right? So which are the universities which have formed this the consortium of 22 national law universities? Okay, the first one is National Law School of India University, Bangalore. So actually, this is the oldest and the first law university in India. And the honors of organizing CLAT 22 is bestowed with this prestigious institution. Means they are organizing. National Law School of India University, Bangalore is organizing CLAT 22. Then we have Nalsar University of Law, Hyderabad, National Law Institute University, Bhopal, the West Bengal National University of Judicial Sciences, Kolkata, West Bengal, National Law University, Jodhpur, Hidayatullah National Law University, Raipur, Gujarat National Law University, Gandhinagar, National Law University, Lucknow, and go further with Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law, Punjab, Chanakya National Law University, Patna, National University of Advanced Legal Studies, Kochi, National Law University, Odisha, National University of Study and Research in Law, Ranchi, National Law University and Judicial Academy in Assam, Damodaram Sanjeevayya National Law University, Visakhapatnam, Tamil Nadu National Law University, Tiruchirappalli, Maharashtra National Law University. So they have three different campuses, one in Mumbai, another one in Nagpur, other one is in Aurangabad. Then Himachal Pradesh National Law University, which is located in Shimla. Then we have Dharmashastra National Law University in Jabalpur and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University, Haryana. So, see, when we look at the locations where these universities are located, it's spread everywhere, almost in all areas of India. We have got these national law universities. And these 22 organizations had formed a consortium and they are organizing this national level test of CLAT. So let us check the CLAT in detail. Okay. So what is the eligibility for the undergraduate program? We know CLAT is a common law entrance examination for both UG and PG level, undergraduate and postgraduate level. So let us check the undergraduate programs in detail first and then we will go for the PG level. So as far as eligibility criteria is concerned, qualifying examination is a candidate must have passed +2. +2 means intermediate in Andhra Pradesh or any other equivalent examination. And qualifying marks for general category, it's a 45%, and for SC/ST categories, it's a 40%. As far as age limit is concerned, this is another major change that is being made. There is no upper age limit prescribed, especially for these UG courses in CLAT. So irrespective of your age, if you have got those particular percentages in the qualifying examinations, anybody who is interested to have a career developed in law can go and take this test. Okay, so eligibility is a 12th class pass or intermediate pass. What is the exam pattern? For UG level, what is the exam pattern of CLAT? See, the mode of examination is offline. It's a pen and paper based test. Duration is for 2 hours. Language is English. The test will be organized in the language of English. Types of questions: multiple choice questions based on comprehension passages. It's not just like the kind of common tests and all. All the questions will be based on paragraphs, right? We will discuss that in detail. So there will be 150 questions in total. And the marking scheme is very simple. Every question carries 1 mark each. And for every answer which goes wrong, 1/4 of the score will be deducted as a minus mark, negative marking. Means if you make 4 answers wrong, you lose 1 mark. Total marks 150. Because there are 150 questions, every question carries 1 mark each. Obviously, the total marks will be 150. Okay? So it's an offline or a pen and paper based test for 2 hours in the language of English. The questions will be based on multiple choice questions from comprehension paragraphs. 150 questions will be there. Every question carries 1 mark each. And for every 4 answers which goes wrong, there will be 1 mark deducted as negative marks. And the total score is out of 150. What is the syllabus? What are the major areas we need to concentrate when we want to prepare for CLAT? First one, English language. There will be 28 to 32 questions, and there will be the scoring scheme also will be for 28 to 32 marks. Current affairs, including general knowledge, 35 to 39 questions will be there, and the scoring also will be 35 to 39. Legal reasoning, 35 to 39 questions will be there. Scoring also is the same, 35 to 39. Logical reasoning also will be there. It's about 28 to 32 questions will be there. Scoring also is the same. Then quantitative techniques means mathematics, arithmetics. So based on mathematics, there will be 13 to 17 questions, and the scoring also is 13 to 17. Okay. So the major subjects that are included in the CLAT are English language, current affairs including general knowledge, legal reasoning, logical reasoning, and quantitative techniques. So all together, you are going to get 150 questions from these 5 areas, right? Now, what is the structure of these paragraphs and how the difficulty levels are arranged in the CLAT examination? So you are going to get about 6 passages from English language. The difficulty levels will be easy to moderate. We're not going to get tougher questions from this particular section. GK, current affairs, 7 passages you are supposed to get, moderate to difficult. Okay, the difficulty levels will be easy to not easy, average to difficult. Logical reasoning, 6 paragraphs. Easy to moderate, easy to average level paragraphs will be there. Legal reasoning, again, it's easy to average level, easy to moderate level. Quantitative techniques, 3 passages will be there, and that are all easy. Okay. So English, logical reasoning, and legal reasoning, you are supposed to get passages of difficulty levels like from easy to average level. As far as quantitative techniques or mathematics is concerned, it's going to be quite easy. GK, current affairs and GK is going to be the toughest session in this, because you are going to get average, above average difficulty level passages in this. So altogether, you are going to get 30 different passages, and overall we can say the mode of passages will be of a moderate level. Okay? So this is the difficulty level structure as far as the passages or the number of passages and their difficulty levels are concerned in CLAT examination. So basically, we will have a doubt. CLAT is something related to law, legal aspects and legal knowledge and all these kinds of things. And why do we have all these different subjects in this entrance examination? So let us check what are there in this, what is the importance of having all these kinds of subjects in the CLAT examinations and why they are included. Okay, so let us check with the English language. So why English language is included in the CLAT examination? See, we have seen there are 22 national law universities which are formed in this consortium who is organizing the CLAT, and in all these 22 national law universities, the major medium of instruction or medium of education there is English. So English is the medium of instructions in the national law universities in India. Moreover, English is the language of the Supreme Court and High Courts in India. Okay? Legal professionals in the corporate world and industry aspects do require proficiency to use English as a medium of their business. So these are the major reasons by which they have decided that the language aspect of these people who want to aspire themselves in the field of law need to be assessed. So many of our opportunities are related to the corporate world nowadays, and there language matters a lot. Our Supreme Court and High Courts of India, there the language that they use is English. And moreover, it's not just this 22 national law universities. In many of the organizations or universities or institutions who offer any kind of courses, English is obviously the medium of instruction. So definitely the students are supposed to have a better knowledge and capacity to use English language, which needs to be checked. And that is why they have included English as one component in a CLAT exam. So what are the particulars, an overview regarding this English in the CLAT examination? So total weightage is 20%. In your CLAT score, 20% of the score will be taken from how much you score in English. Types of questions: comprehension based passages, source of the materials and the length of the passages. Around 450 words will be there in the passages, and they will be drawn from a contemporary, historically significant fiction or non-fiction writing. Okay? So the length of the passages that you are going to get in the class, English comprehension passages, are about 450 words. And they will be taken from some contemporary writing in English. Contemporary means something that is happening in the present day world. Something can be from the historical aspects, and it can be from fiction or non-fiction. Means literature or some serious writings like researches or news articles. Any such kinds of passages can be taken. What are the major areas that are being assessed in English language? One, comprehension and language skills. How effective are you to read and understand the concept that is being explained in the passage? Ability to draw inferences and conclusions. Your ability to understand the concept that is being explained in the passages and to draw your conclusions out of it. Summarize the passage. Your ability to summarize means you should be able to understand the major theme that is being explained in the passage. Identify the arguments and the viewpoints. So there will be some arguments. For example, there can be a passages which is describing some aspect. For example, we can say, there was a a serious argument, especially in the field of astronomy, recently about the status of Pluto. So there will be different kinds of experts. Different experts will be coming and arguing for Pluto, which has to be retained as a planet, and some will be arguing against it. So from the arguments, you should be able to understand who is supporting it, who is opposing it, what are the major areas or viewpoints that they're sharing regarding either supporting or opposing it, right? So you should have such kind of abilities to understand the passage properly. Then word meanings and phrases. You should be your vocabulary aspect basically. To understand the meaning of different words used in that particular passage, kinds of things also will be definitely assessed in this. And what is the standard of passage and the questions that you are going to get? Basic 12th class, means intermediate level passages. So as the qualifying examination is intermediate examination, definitely they are not at all going to give anything beyond that standards. Okay? So this is an overview regarding the types of questions, the weightage and the details regarding the passages that we are going to get in an English test. The second subject is current affairs including GK. So why current affairs have to be included in the CLAT syllabus? See, current affairs basically refers to the national and international events of such importance and relevance that a student must be aware of them. See, we are social animals and we are supposed to have some kind of awareness regarding what is happening around us in the society where we are a part of, in the society which is a part of a bigger society, like into the state, in the nation, into the world. So, we are living in this particular society and we should know what is happening around us, when something has happened, what is the relevance of such kinds of things. We should be. And especially those who are into this legal profession, they need to be regularly updated regarding various issues happening around. There is no such restrictions that it should be something that is happening in our area. No. It can be state-wise, it can be national-wise, or it can be even international. Right? Then, improving the understanding of the events, bringing clarity of thought, which is essential requirement in this profession. So when you get yourself into the legal aspects, you will be better able to understand the importance of this particular thing, because that is an area where you have to use a lot of such kind of knowledge. Your in-depth analysis or knowledge that you have in the current affairs into practice. Okay? So the legal profession is something which has got a lot to do with very many things that is happening around us. And our understanding, our knowledge about those things matters a lot. So how far are you aware of these kinds of things happening around you, or how far do you follow such kinds of things? That also need to be checked in the CLAT itself, and that is why this particular thing is included as a subject. Now, an overview regarding the current affairs and the GK aspect. See, the total weightage that the current affairs and the GK has is 25%. And the question type, as I said again, is a comprehension type passages. Something can be there like a static general knowledge and the current affairs also can be asked. The source of material will be news, journalistic sources and non-fiction writing. You won't get any literature kind of writing, stories and such kinds of things in this. Will be purely published articles, like a news article kinds of things, travelogues kinds of things, those are the major areas which we can find in this. So news, journalistic sources and non-fiction writings. What are the abilities that they are checking? Your awareness in the following topics. What are the contemporary events of significance from India and the world? So what are the recently happened issues either in India or outside India? And what are those things that you know about them? Arts and culture, international affairs, historical issues of a continuing significance. So those events might have happened somewhere in the past, but it has got some kinds of influence or importance in the present day world also. Okay, so they are the kinds of things or the abilities that they are checking in a candidate who is appearing for CLAT. Now the standard of the passage and the questions will be again based on the 12th class, because that is a basic qualifying examination. Now the next subject is logical reasoning. Logical reasoning. So logical reasoning is basically called as aptitude test. Those who are preparing basically for this competitive examinations like a bank probationary officers test or RRB kinds of things will be more familiar with this word called aptitude test. So aptitude questions that require a logical level of analysis to arrive at a correct solution. So here, analyzing the question given, processing your thought process into a particular aspect by which you should be able to come to the correct solution. That is what is basically being assessed in the aptitude test. And most of the questions are constructed based on the concepts that are rest out and out of box thinking. So you need to be going a bit out of the box. Out of the box means what? In a different way. If you think in a straight line kind of a thing, you may not be able to come to the conclusion in that. You need to be able to analyze the particular given question in different aspects, different viewpoints, draw the observations, analyze it properly, and then come to the effective and proper conclusion. And legal professionals actually need this particular thing very badly. Because when you come into the professional aspects and you have a particular case or something like that in front of you, the way you analyze it so as to develop the argue points and all other kinds of things totally depends upon this particular ability that you have. And the problem under consideration should be studied objectively. All the clauses, prepositions and their interrelations should be studied, and the conclusion drawn should be rational. Legally. When you get yourself into the professional aspect, this particular skill is going to be of great importance. It's very important. Okay, and that is why they have decided to assess your logical reasoning also in the CLAT test. Now, when we think about the overview aspect of this logical reasoning, weightage is 20%. Passages, reading comprehension kind of passages, about the 300 word long passages will be given there. Based on set arguments, puzzles, diagrams, relationships and other kinds of things also can be there. And what are the basic skills that are being assessed? Ability to identify the argument and the premises and draw conclusions. When you go through the arguments that are presented there, we should be able to analyze each and every argument properly in the given context and come to the correct conclusions. Ability to critically analyze patterns of reasoning and assess how conclusions may depend on particular premises of evidence. So if a pattern-based question is given, how effectively we are able to analyze the pattern given and find the continuation of that particular pattern. Infer what follows from the passage and apply these inferences in the new situations. So you may be asked to understand a particular situation or an incident which had happened earlier, and how that particular incident or the conclusions that we had or the points that we have learned from that can be applied on a present situation. That's something that we usually do. Like, for example, in the previous examinations, we were not able to score very good scores. We just give an analysis what had gone wrong, why we were not able to score well. And the next examination, that is a present case, okay, the present scenario, the present situation. We try to avoid those mistakes which we have done in the previous attempt, so that we can come to a rational conclusion that we will be able to score very good score, very good marks. Okay? Draw relationships and analogies. How two or three different members or components in a row is interrelated and how the next one can be related to that. Identify contradictions and equivalences and assess the effectiveness of arguments. So how the arguments differ from one another and how we can come to effective conclusions based on such things. Okay, so these are the basic things that they are analyzing you. How logically are you thinking in a given situation? How effective is our thinking process to come to effective conclusions based on the given situations? And obviously the standard of the passages will be based on a 12th class. Now, CLAT is all about law, and legal aptitude is also assessed. Obviously, we are social animals and we do follow a lot of law, and yeah, we should be aware of at least some of the basic laws, rules, regulations that we do follow in our life. No. So, how far are we aware of such kinds of certain things? That is being assessed in the legal aptitude. See, man is a social animal where the society he lives is ruled by law, and there are many moral and social principles also that we follow. It's not just those kinds of things that are being there in the Constitution of India. There are several other moral and social principles also. So the legal aptitude section in law entrance to check your legal reasoning on a given situation, what is right and what is wrong. So based on the basic thinking principles, logical reasoning kind of things, we should be able to analyze it. And it is not at all assessing your knowledge in law. Okay, this is very important. You need not worry about this particular session just because of this particular reason that they are not at all going to assess your legal knowledge, but your legal reasoning. If something happens, there is a situation given which assesses a particular thing that have happened over there, and you should be able to identify what is wrong and what is right and why it is wrong and why it is right. That is basically what we call legal reasoning. Okay? Then the section aims at judging a student's legal aptitude, research aptitude and problem solving ability. So that has got nothing to do with the legal knowledge aspect. Analyze a given situation, then decide. Okay? The legal principle questions will primarily be asked from the law of torts, law of contract and Indian Penal Code. So there won't be any serious kinds of issues like from what we call it, the criminal law or the cyber law specifically oriented questions won't be there. Basic common kinds of things, and that will be based on the situations they are asking it. So that is what we have in the legal aptitude. Now, when we analyze the details, in the overview we can find the total weightage is for 25 marks, 25%. Okay, so legal aptitude is for 25%, comprehension type passages, about 450 words. And the questions will be objective type, means multiple choice questions. Fact situations or scenarios involving legal matters, public policy questions and moral philosophical inquiries. So legal matters, the simple legal aspects will be explained. Public policy questions means something related, some issues related to the common public, and moral social aspects in that. So general awareness of a contemporary legal and moral issues is one thing that is being assessed. The major focus are there on the general awareness of a contemporary legal and moral issues. Identify and infer the rules and the principles given in the passage. So in the passage itself they will explain some rules, and we need to identify and infer, explain the rules and the principles that are being given in the passage, apply rules and principles to various fact situations, how different rules can be applied to one particular given situation, then ability to understand how changes to the rules or principle may change their application to various facts and situations. So for given situation or in different situations, how different rules can be applied or a particular rule can be applied in a different way. Okay? See, there is nothing that is very, going deep, digging into the legal knowledge in that. Basic common things are being explained there, and the difficulty level or the standards of the questions will be of a 12th standard only, means intermediate level. Now, the fifth area is quantitative techniques. As we said, quantitative techniques basically means basic mathematics or arithmetics. See, quantitative techniques are something basic and common principles that we all need in any aspect of our daily life. In our everyday life, we are using some basic mathematics in one way or other way. Legal professionals also are expected to use these kinds of aspects in their daily life. So as part of analyzing the students' capabilities with elementary mathematics means basic level mathematics. The section is considered to be the easiest section in the exam with the questions related to 10th standard mathematics. See, until now everything was related to up to 12th level, right? Intermediate level. But now when it comes to mathematics, it's of a 10th level. The candidate need not be an expert in mathematics, but should have a strong fundamental ideas. So, even there, they are not going much deep into your mathematics knowledge and all these kinds of things. You need not be an expert in that. Okay? If you have a basic knowledge in fundamental mathematics, that is sufficient. Now, when we analyze it as an overview, so the total weightage also is just 10%. The others were of a 20 or a 25% each. Now when it comes to quantitative techniques, the weightage is just for a 10%. Sets of facts or propositions, graphs or other textual or pictorial or diagrammatic representations of a numerical information followed by a series of questions. So we are going to get diagrammatic representations, graphs, simple text or pictorial explanations, and there will be questions will be based on those, right? And what are the skills being assessed? Derive, infer and manipulate numerical information set out in each passage, graph or other representations, and apply various 10th standard mathematical operations. Very simple thing. And the standard of questions also are from a 10th class. So even if you are a bit backward in mathematics, you need not worry. You can easily get through that. As it is explained, it's one of the simple most section in a CLAT test. So that is the test structure and the syllabus analysis as far as the undergraduate level courses are concerned. Now let us have a brief look into the postgraduate session. Right? So the eligibility criteria is, as far as the PG level, the postgraduate level is concerned for LL.M, the qualifying examination is he must have passed a 5-year integrated or a 3-year LLB examination. So LL.M is possible only for those who have completed their LLB, either 3 years or 5 years, right? The qualifying marks is, in general category, he should have scored 50%, and for SC/ST categories, 45% is enough. Age limit, again, there is no upper age limit. Anybody who has passed LLB, either 5 years or integrated, of any age group can apply for a LL.M as well. All right? And the test pattern, it's also an offline test, a pen and paper test. Duration will be 2 hours. Language is in English. Question types, again, multiple choice questions based on comprehensive passages. Objective session questions will be there. Total 120 questions will be there, and there are no descriptive sections. Marking scheme, it's as it is the case in the UG level. Each question carry 1 mark each, and the minus marking will be like 1/4 for every wrong answer. Means if you make 4 wrong answers, you lose 1 mark. And as there are 120 questions, the marks also, the total score also is out of 120. Now coming to the syllabus. 120 questions are divided into 3 major sections. So constitutional law, 40 questions will be there, and the scoring also is for 40. Other law subjects including contracts, tort, criminal law, international law, IPR and jurisprudence, altogether 60 questions will be there and 60 marks will be there. Subjective questions on the topics of law and contemporary issues, 20 questions will be there. So it's all more about the legal knowledge and whatever your basics are there in your LLB. Right? So 120 questions and 120 marks. So this is all about the CLAT 22 notification. We have gone through all the detailed aspects in detail regarding the notification. And we would like to take it as an opportunity to let you know that we are offering offline coaching for CLAT in Guntur. Those who are interested can contact us. You will have the contact details in the description below this video. Right? So that's it for the day. Thank you.